Hello, friends. Today's recap will spin your head because this Christmas story hides a divorce drama that turns into a second chance surprise. Kate is quietly ending her marriage with Everett, trying to protect the kids' holiday memories, until she discovers he's already engaged to a new except her. In a small town where secrets don't stay secret, Kate's plan to move to Boston and restart her architect dream collides with new traditions, jealous tensions, and a cheerful rival who keeps winning her children's attention. Then a Santa-costumed flirt enters the chaos, pushing Everett into emotions he buried for years. Gingerbread competitions become battlefields, gifts expose heartbreak, and one awkward party moment flips everything. Just when Kate is ready to leave forever, a snowstorm traps everyone together, and the town reveals what she truly means to them. Love, regret, and redemption crash into one holiday weekend. Let's start, friend. Everything starts with Kate, a woman right in the middle of divorcing her husband, Everett. The two of them are trying their best to keep things calm and drama-free, especially because they don't want to ruin Christmas or mess with the kids' happy memories. Years ago, Kate gave up her dream of becoming an architect so she could move with Everett to the small town where he grew up. While he built his medical career, Kate devoted herself to raising their kids and running their home. But over time, the love between them faded. The distance grew, and eventually it became clear that things weren't fixable. After 9 months of living apart, they finally decided to make the divorce official. Even though they're both trying to keep things quiet, the town is so small, but nothing really stays private. Kate plans to move back to Boston after Christmas and return to architecture. The thought of telling the kids stresses her out. She hasn't said a word to them yet. On top of that, with help from her best friend April, she's decided to sell the house to cover the cost of her new life. Kate greets her daughter, Sina, who's back from Oxford with her fiancé, Nell. They've come home for Christmas. At the welcome lunch, Nell casually mentions she is excited to see Everett. The comment totally blindsides Kate. She had no idea. What makes it worse is that apparently everyone else knew about this meetup except her. Kate had believed Everett trusted her enough to tell her during their last conversation. Shaken, Kate goes to find Everett and demand an explanation for not telling her. He apologizes and says he just couldn't find the right moment. After a tense beat, Kate pulls herself together and they manage to talk calmly. They'd agreed a long time ago to use safe words when they got angry. And later, one of the neighbors checks in on Kate since she's also heard about Everett's new relationship. Kate pretends she doesn't care, even when the neighbor shows her the woman's social media page. Kate loves making handmade recycled Christmas decorations, and she even makes the gifts herself. As usual, she makes a list of supplies she needs and takes the kids to Everett's parents' store, hoping to find materials. What she absolutely does not expect is to run into Everett and his new fiancée, Tess. Feeling shocked and awkward, Kate tries to slip out before they notice her, but Tess, with this almost childlike excitement, happily calls out to her. Kate tries to keep it together and just wishes the uncomfortable moment would end quickly, but right then, the kids walk into the store. Sensing the tension, Everett uses the moment to introduce Tess to them. For Kate, the whole scene is painful. A sudden reminder that her old life is already moving on, even though Christmas decorations are trying to make everything look normal. After that encounter, Kate can't help herself. She starts stalking Tessa's social media. She tries to hide it from the kids, but it's obvious to them that seeing their dad's fiancé has upset her. Kate tells her son he needs to finish his college essay, but Gabriel pushes back, saying he only sees college as a way to escape the town, a town that Kate herself now feels trapped in. Ever walks in and Kate asks him to talk to Gabriel and push him to write the essay. Ever disagrees. He thinks they should let Gabriel follow his dream of becoming a firefighter. Kate refuses to argue about it. That night, Kate and the kids go to a dinner that Tess has prepared. She and Everett have decided it's time to slowly normalize their new family dynamic. During dinner, Everett praises Tess for starting a nonprofit and all her charity work, which unintentionally makes Kate feel a little sad. Still, Everett also mentions that the town wouldn't be what it is without everything Kate has done. The competition between Kate and Everett starts to show since they both want to keep doing the holiday traditions with the kids. The next day, Kate takes the kids to buy a Christmas tree, a new tradition, but the kids think it's boring and prefer to stay in the car. Kate stays optimistic and goes to pick out a tree anyway. There, she meets a guy named Chad, dressed as Santa, who starts flirting and joking around. Kate finds him funny and takes his number, thinking maybe she'll go out with him sometime. In the days before Christmas, Gabriel and Sina go on outings with her dad and Tess, something that surprises Kate since Tess actually took time off from work to do it. Something Everett never did when they were married. Even though it bothers her, she decides to focus on taking photos of the house for the sale without the kids finding out. When Everett introduces a new tradition of going skiing, she gets angry and argues with him. Not wanting to fall behind, she invites Chad to join her, which makes Everett a little jealous. Kate and Everett end up sharing a sled because Kate loses hers. They get into an accident and Everett saves her, which definitely makes Tess jealous. Everett's new girlfriend tells Kate, without even hesitating, exactly how she feels about everything. Kate tries to calm her down and explains that it's just part of Everett's job. The same reason their own marriage fell apart in the first place, because Everett never had time for anything. Not even important occasions. He was always working. Chad also has a talk with Everett, and Everett tells him in his own way what came between him and Kate. Kate feels like she's losing her kids a little more every day since Tess keeps introducing them to new things and winning their attention. Everett's dad, trying to keep Kate from feeling worthless, promises to help her win the annual gingerbread house competition. Kate enters with Chad, and Everett teams up with Tess. During the competition, Everett goes up to Kate and apologizes for not being a good husband, for being a workaholic, and never helping around the house. His words hit her hard, but everything falls apart when he says he wants to be better now that he'll probably start building a new life with Tess and her family, and he thanks Kate for showing him the errors of his ways. When Kate wins the competition, she can't hold her feelings back anymore. She shouts that she always thought her purpose was to make the world greener through architecture, but now she realizes her big accomplishment was teaching her ex-husband, Dot, to be a better dad and a better partner for his next family. Hurt and frustrated, she announces she's moving to Boston because she finally has a chance to return to her career. The kids are anything but happy, especially because it means selling the only home they've ever known. The next morning, Kate apologizes for not being honest with them. She tells the kids she won't force them to follow her Christmas traditions anymore. They can celebrate however they want, but she still insists that Gabriel needs to go to college and see what the world has to offer. Because, although she doesn't say it directly, her biggest fear is that her kids will stay in town like she did and let their dreams go. Christmas Eve arrives and Kate goes with Chad to Tessa's Christmas party. In the middle of everything, Everett gives a toast in Kate's honor. He says genuinely that he's happy she's back on track and chasing her dreams again. He adds that if he could turn back time, he would have done so many things differently because Kate truly deserved better. His sudden nostalgic honesty really shakes her. Then it's time for gifts. Tess gives Kate a pair of gorgeous heels, and Kate gives Tess a warm knit scarf. When it's Ever's turn, he gets his dream grill from Kate, something he has always wanted. Then he hands Kate his gift, a little unsure. A handmade perfume with a scent he created just for her. It means a lot to Kate. When Tess opens her gift, a pair of headphones from Everett, she can't hide her disappointment. She eventually drops it so the party won't get awkward, but the moment is already uncomfortable. People start saying their goodbyes. While everyone is leaving, Chad accidentally starts a small fire, which Gabriel quickly puts out with a fire extinguisher. After things settle down, Tess once again mentions how unhappy she is with her grift. Kate says goodbye to Chad, and Chad gives her a setting kiss before heading out. Kate finds it funny and wishes him well, still fully planning on leaving for Boston. But everything changes when she starts feeling homesick and sentimental. Suddenly, Everett shows up at her door. He wants to keep their annual tradition of looking through the family photo album, a magical little ritual for the kids. On Christmas Day, a snowstorm knocks out the power and closes all the roads. Kate takes the kids heads to Ever's dad's house so they can still celebrate, then heads back home to finish packing for the move. Foo! She arrives just as Tessa is leaving with her suitcases. Tessa is convinced her relationship with Everett is doomed. Despite being warned about the weather, she decides to leave town with Chad, who Kate also turned down. Kate suddenly remembers she has a generator at home, so she decides to invite all the neighbors over so they won't be stuck in the cold. But when she arrives, she finds everyone already gathered in her house. At this unexpected celebration, Kate realizes how much the town loves her and how big of an impact her ideas have had on their homes. After the crowd leaves, Everett admits he doesn't want the divorce and is willing to move to Boston for her if she'll give him another chance, because now he wants to make the same sacrifices she made for him all those years. Kate responds by telling him she's decided not to go to Boston after all. It wasn't the future she imagined for herself, but she finally feels sure she wants to stay in town. And she also promises she won't let Gabriel follow her own path and dreams. 1 year later, Kate has opened her own sustainability and eco-design firm right in town. Now she's the one who's always busy with work, and Ever is the one waiting for her to come home. And that's how the story ends.